Well, hello. Do I look any older? Happy birthday to me. I am 80. Can't believe I'm 80. I've got some lovely cards. My niece, who knows me very well, says 80 at last. Now you can officially say what you think. This one's beautiful. This one came from, oh gosh. I mean, they're all beautiful, but this one's got a little brooch attached to it, which is always useful for me. It's from Diane. Thank you, Diane. Isn't that pretty? It's got little sparkles on it and a brooch. This one comes from Helen. Ooh. 80 years young. Remember, age is irrelevant. This one, of course, came from my son. I think he translated it as relax, it's your birthday or something. Whatever. I tried to Google it, but it didn't come up with a good answer. This one came from Val. Beautiful card. I was going to put them on the window bottom and I thought, no, I've got to show people first. This was from my sister-in-law, Anne, who lives in London. She always buys pretty cards. She really does, yeah. Red Flowers in a Brown Vase by Z. James. It's a hand designed one. And then, last but not least, this one came from Nathan. Happy birthday, Jan. Yeah. And then, I mean, my day started off with, well, it wasn't the postman. It was Val's son put the card through the door. I thought it was a bit early for the postman. Then the postman came and brought the things. Then there was a knock at the door and I thought, what now? 2 Jehovah's Witnesses. I said, do you have to come today? She said, why? I said, it's my 80th birthday. Bye. Honestly, yeah. And I'm wearing a present that was from a few years back, actually, from my son and daughter-in-law when they went to Scotland. It's the thistle with the purple stone. I'm wearing my beads, of course, as usual. Wearing my hexagon jacket, which I've discovered has sleeves a little bit too short, but I've got wool left over, so I think I need to add a bit on the end of the sleeves. But it hasn't been blocked. As you can see, it's a little bit tight at the moment. But it's done in the Yarnsmith's double knit dive from Wool Warehouse. So, but typical of me, I haven't, what do you call it, blocked it or steamed it or anything. What have I got? Well, behind me, lurking, guy came with a huge box. Massive box. It says, do not crush, heavy. What else does it say? Please do not open with sharps, keep flat, do not leave on its side. And it says, look, gift inside. I thought, what on earth? And he said, it's very light, you don't have to worry, it's very light. And inside I had 3 balloons, helium balloons. You might find this surprising, but I have never ever been given helium balloons before. Yeah. I've given them to people, but I've never had any back. And it come from the Saturday crew. The Saturday Night Live crew it came from. So they're going to go on the window bottom. And it also came with a bar of chocolate that says, happy birthday from Uslot. So Uslot, thank you very much. Yeah. What else did I get? Well, I'll show you what I got behind me afterwards. I got 2 beautiful sun catchers from my son. He'd watched them being made in a market in Spain and thought of me. So I'm going to have to hang them somewhere where the sun shines. Aren't they pretty? Yeah. He knows my love of flippery things. I still haven't made any of the mandalas yet on the strings, yeah. My niece sent me a beautiful Marks and Spencer's food thing, which sadly I opened before I thought. And everything's in the fridge. There was cakes in it, there was coffee, and there was biscuits, which I've eaten 2. There was a milk chocolate one, a dark chocolate one, and the white chocolate one, which I haven't eaten yet. There was cakes in there, and there was, like I said, coffee sachets. What else was in there? Biscuits. Oh, there was all sorts of things. It came in a long box. The reason I opened it was because it said perishables keep cool, and I didn't know if it had anything like fresh cream in it, so I thought I'd better open it just to make sure. Anyway, it didn't, but that's by the by. Anyway, I got a present from Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. She sent me a hot water bottle. And also, she must be listening when I said Hotel Chocolat. Look at those. They look too pretty to eat, don't they? I'll look at them for a while before I decide to taste one. They just look too pretty, don't they? And I got a present from Linda, which has some tights, because I always want tights. So, but I think she thinks I'm a little bit slender than I really am. She said they do stretch, so I hope they do, because I've got rather a large backside, yeah. This pair is, one leg is green and one leg is red. And as my niece said to me, that's very you. Then I've got a dark green pair, which will go with the dress, which I'm going to show you, and a purple pair. Right, I'll reach down what I've got. So, thank you everybody that contributed to my Kofi. Special thanks to Julie and to Denise, and everybody who sent me money to Kofi. I didn't buy coffees, I have to say. I saved it up, and I went to my favourite shop, which is Moonbeams and Mayhem. So if you don't mind, I did treat myself to some lovely things. So it was Julie, Denise, Darren, Easin, Gillian, Linda, Pauline, Bonnie, Munchkin and Tina that sent me money over the period of time, not just on my birthday, but a period of time. So I've kept it all, and I decided to splurge it at Moonbeams and Mayhem. Well, it wouldn't be my birthday, would it? And my other lovely niece, the one who took me to Bury Market, she gave me some money, which I'm not going to say on here. But I went next door to see if I could get the name of the plumber to do my outside tap, and I want taps for the bathroom and taps for the kitchen. But unfortunately, he said he's busy with big jobs, so he didn't want small jobs. So anyway, he's going to find me another one if he can, yeah. Anyway, the first thing I bought from Moonbeams and Mayhem, I did wear a pair very similar on my picture when I went to Bury Market, but this pair are a different colour. They're lovely and fleecy, and they're a bit long. I'm going to have to shorten them. They do come with elastic round the bottom, the hair and pants, but I don't like that. So I've taken the elastic out, but I think I'm going to have to turn them up. I'll have to try them on. So they give the impression that they're patchwork, but they're actually not. They're just printed into like stripy, patchworky bits. But they're lovely and fleecy, and they're lovely and warm, and they've got little beads on the pockets. You know me, it wouldn't be me if I had a plain pair of trousers on, would it? Not that I don't have plain trousers, because I do. Yeah. Well, you may have seen, well, you will have seen if you watch me, the purple dress before. I bought this myself to wear for my birthday. It's this one with all the flowers and the lace round the bottom. And when I showed where I'd got it from, Chris said, oh, I like the green one. And I said, well, I like the green one too. So it looked very, very lime green on the picture, which put me off a bit because I thought it looks a bit bright. Anyway, it isn't as bright. It's more of a sort of a, I don't know, not quite a lime green. It's a lot darker than that, although the lace is lime green. So that was what I bought with my Kofi money. I love these dresses because they're cotton. They're not like the Shein, you know, that stuff, whatever it's made of. Something looks like if you're going near a naked flame, you go up with spontaneous combustion. I know people like them, but I don't. Anyway, to go with my birthday dress, I finished my cardigan. It's got heart buttons on it, glass heart buttons. So I finished that off. It is purple, by the way. It looks a bit blue, doesn't it? But it's purple. So that's to go with the dress, the purple dress. I think I've got a green cardigan that will go with the other green dress, but with that. And then last but not least is this one, which I thought is a good day dress. It's not quite so flamboyant for me, is it? Which is a long, long dress. It's just embroidered. It's got the tie belt to bring it in a bit, at the, you know, to give you some shape. Because I don't like big floppy things, I think I've told you before. So you can bring it in to give yourself some shape around the waist. And it's a long, 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 long dress in a teal colour. So that's what I got. Oof, dearie me. Trying to break my neck here. Let me put that back there again. So all in all, so far I've had a lovely birthday. I can't sit down. Dearie, dearie me, dearie me, dearie me. So, it's been a good day. Yeah, and the sun's shining. I haven't been out. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do something with these sleeves. I didn't use the last ball, so even though I'm going to steam it down, I don't think it's going to go long enough. I think I'm going to have to put a bit on the cuff. Yep, I might take the cuff off and do a bit of this going the other way, because I don't think anybody will notice it's going the other way. You know, it's a very forgiving stitch, isn't it? So I might do another 2 rows of this and then put the cuff back on again. Watch this space, we shall see, we shall see. I'm still doing my knitting. I've done the back 1.5 fronts now, because I was knitting on it last night before I fell asleep. Today I've been watching lots of YouTube videos, all slating the world of wool, which will probably upset people who actually like the programme, but they are saying my thoughts entirely. And you know, they were all saying it's like making a mockery of it, really. It's not taking knitting seriously. I mean, the subject matter, especially the knitted swimsuits, were they knitted or were they crocheted? You know, I mean, come on. Our mums did that during the war when there wasn't any clothes, didn't they? And when you got in the sea, you know, they drooped. I mean, I used to crochet them for a boutique in Oldham, in like a gold fingering stuff. Very glittery, they called it cruise wear. But he used to have them lined, you know, so they kept the shape. But he actually used to put a label on them for, you know, sunbathing and leisure use, not for pool swimming. Well, it was like a gold lurex, you know, they wouldn't have fared very well in the sea, would they, with the salt and that. So he just labelled it as cruise wear. In other words, it was for posing in instead of, as opposed to swimming in. Yeah, I used to make the little bikinis. Those of you who know Twillies will remember gold fingering. They did it in all colours. They did it in gold, silver, red, green, everything. It was very, very hard on the fingers. It used to rip my fingers. I used to have to put plasters, band-aids, if you're in America, plasters around my fingers to stop it cutting in, because it was lethal. Lethal stuff, and it was terribly expensive even back then. And you only got a tiny little ball, probably maybe 20 grams or something. There wasn't even an ounce on the balls. I know it took quite a few balls just to even make a bikini. So by the time he'd paid the sewer to sew the cups, you know, to give some structure to them, and also to make them not transparent, if you know what I mean, because crochet, no matter how closely you crochet it, it's still a tad transparent, isn't it, really? So, I mean, apparently I didn't watch the World of Wool with these swimsuits on, but apparently they had a lady diver on wearing these minuscule little things, and she looked very uncomfortable. And one of them was like a thong, and she said, oh, I'd have to wear a pair of pants underneath these, yeah, which, you know, you can understand. Dandelion and burdock. I know it's my birthday, but nothing stronger. I might treat myself to a Baileys or something tonight. You never know. I'm defrosting one of my lamb chops, so I'm going to have that for my tea. Courtesy of Berry Market. I was really shocked. 6 nice sized lamb chops for £10. Can't get that round here. Can't get that round here at all, at all, at all. So what? I was just trying to think. I think I've thanked everybody. No, I've got a card. I haven't thanked somebody. Who have I not thanked? Oh, it's me niece, when she sent me the Marks and Spencers. That's her little note. It came in the box. I actually thought it was flowers at first, because it was a long slim box like that, and it said Marks and Spencers. Then it said perishable. It said undo as soon as possible. Well, it came yesterday, so I thought, oh, and I really didn't want to open it until today, because I like to keep everything to open on the day. But I thought, oh, it's perishable, I better open it, you know. Then I was disappointed really when I opened it, because I was annoyed with myself for opening it, if you know what I mean. I wasn't disappointed with the gift, don't get me wrong. I was just disappointed at myself for opening it. I just wish I'd have. But it was too big to go in the fridge, you know, as it was in the box. So I kind of had to open it, you know, to put it in the fridge. So that spoiled one of my surprises, really, because I knew what was in it, didn't I? But I shall enjoy eating the cakes one by one by one. I'm glad they're not cream cakes, because being diabetic, I'm not supposed to eat too much sugar or anything like that. So I ration myself out with chocolates. I mean, they're so gorgeous, those chocolates. I should be looking at them long before I ever eat one. And I ration myself with chocolate, and I ration myself with cakes, especially cream cakes, because of the IBS, yeah. What a thing to talk about on your birthday, IBS. The things that hit you when you get my age. For all you youngsters who are watching me, and I call anybody under 80 youngsters, life will hit you. It deals you blows, you know, just when you're not thinking of it, yeah. My hips are still... Didn't get much of a sleep again last night. I was up again in the recliner. The recliner, you see, I can't turn on my side. I have to stay in the position because I've got arms, yeah. When I go into bed, my natural instinct is to turn over onto my side, and of course then I jag my hip. Either one of them, they're both as bad. I jag my hip and wake myself up. So I'm doing that constantly all night long. And I'm one of these people who can't get back to sleep when they're waking up. I'm like, you know, age is going back to sleep. I start looking at the phone, which is bad, because you shouldn't do that, should you? Because that livens your brain up. I put music on, and I start singing along to the music, and I don't go to sleep. So I finished up getting up and going in the recliner. And for some reason or other, as soon as I recline the recliner back, I go to sleep. I don't know what there is about that recliner. Whether it's got magic dust or lavender infused in it or something. But for some reason or other, I can sleep the day away in the recliner, but I can't sleep in bed. Strange. Maybe it's the position I'm in, because I'm sort of half upright and half asleep, you know, half laid back. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I'm not good at lying flat. I can't live my life in a recliner. Can I? Sleeping in a recliner all my life. Never mind. Anyway, I'm not going to have any lunch. I finally got my porridge, because I went and got some milk yesterday. I think I told you the saga. I put my porridge out and got the milk, and it was all off. So I usually keep long life milk, but with me being lactose intolerant, I have to have lactose-free milk now. And they don't do that in long life. I don't think they do anyway. They do oat milk and all them other jazzy milks, but I don't like them. I just want lacto-free. I don't like, what have they got? Oh, they've got rice, oats, soya, million kinds in Morrison's. There's a row of all different kinds of milk. And I don't, almond, I don't like any of them. Especially the nut ones, because I don't like nuts. So I am a nut, but I don't like nuts. Anyway, I'm not going to do a long video today. I'm going to go put my cards on the window bottom, put my balloons on the window bottom so the passers-by can know it's my birthday. Yay! Nothing like canvassing, is there? I think when you get to my age, you're allowed a bit of... Do you know, when I was a kid, I never thought I'd get to this age. I thought people this age would be 1 foot in the grave, you know. I mean, I've got 2 knees, 2 dodgy knees and 2 hips that are in the grave and a bad shoulder, but the rest of me's all right, I think. I think this is all right, I think. But you'll have to tell me, you know. We never know if we're a bit dotty, do we? You know what I mean? We never know that. There's always one in a family, and if you can't think who it is in your family, it's you. I'm the wacky one in our family. I don't mean wacky-backy, I mean I'm just the strange one, the one they talk about in hushed tones. As my mother used to say, oh, I don't know where we got our Janet from. She's not one of ours. But I am definitely not adopted. And I definitely look like my dad. So unless somebody else gave birth to me. But it was my mum. Yeah, it was definitely my mum. I was a complete and utter surprise to her because she wasn't having any more after my brother, but guess who came along? I surprised her. Well, I didn't surprise her in the fact she didn't know she was pregnant, but I surprised her with the pregnancy, you know what I mean? She was not expecting to have another baby. Still, bet you're glad I'm here, aren't you, really? Where would you be without me? Don't answer that. Probably in a much better place without me, yeah. I do try to stay cheerful. I try to find something each day to be grateful for. Today I'm grateful because it's my birthday. Today I'm grateful because it's sunny. I'm grateful for balloons, for the presents, for everything, being spoiled. I'm grateful for a lot of things today, yeah. I would be even more grateful if I didn't have the pain, but that's another story, isn't it, you know. Somebody up there's listening, can I have a day without it, please, yeah. I'm taking my tramadol, but to be honest, they're not doing much. He did say, the doctor did say, if it's nothing happening in the 2 weeks, if you're still limping, you have to come back and I'll change your medication. So I'll wait and see to the end of this week and I'll see what happens next week. Because it wouldn't be my video without the tiddly deep, would it? He did say give it 2 weeks. Well, I think he said 2 to 3 weeks actually. I've got a brain like a sieve. I can't remember what people say. It's terrible, isn't it? So I'll give it next week, and if it's no better, I can't keep limping because it sends me back out of whack. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to water my plants because they're looking a little bit sad. I don't water them as much in the winter because they don't dry up the same because the sun's not as strong. But 1 or 2 of them are looking a bit droopy, so I think it's time they had a water. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say cheers, and I might have a piece of... No, I won't have a piece of chocolate. I might eat the other chocolate biscuit. I might eat the Marks and Spencer's, the white one, like outrageously chocolatey. They really are. They've got absolutely oodles of chocolate on them. You know, they're not skimpy. You know, you buy some that look like this, don't you? And the chocolate looks like it's been painted on with a paintbrush very briefly. but this is quite chunky. It is biscuit in the middle, but there's more chocolate than biscuit, so they're very nice. I don't know how much they would cost if I went and got them. I'll have to look in Marks and Spencer's and take a loan out, but yeah. And the cakes look really nice. I mean, they're not cream cakes. I can't show you, they're all in the fridge. But they're all like individually wrapped. And the coffee's all in little sachets, you know, like coffee bags. So I'm looking forward to, I think there's about 3, 6, 7, there's 8 or 9 of those coffee bags, yeah. And quite a lot of cakes and 2 packets of biscuits. So there was quite a lot in the box, yeah. So I'm quite looking forward to sampling those. But with them not being cream, I mean, they'll last me. As I say, I have to be careful being diabetic. I can't just chomp my way through loads of cake. At one time, I would have polished them all off in one day. I mean, yesterday I was very restrained. I took cream cakes to the library for the girls and I didn't even have one myself. I was very restrained. So, hey ho. Anyway, blow me on trumpet. Happy birthday to me. I'm allowed to say it because I won't be 80 again. Well, I'll be 80 until tonight, won't I? And then I'll be 80 for the rest of the year, won't I? I was talking to my friend and I kept saying, count down. It's the last few minutes of me being 79. And then when it got to midnight, I went, yay! I said, well, technically, actually, I wasn't 80 until about 6 o'clock in the morning because that's when I was born. My mother couldn't remember the exact time, but she said it was roughly about 6 o'clock in the morning when I was born. So, well, I'm not an early bird. I'm definitely a night owl, so I don't know where she got me at 6 o'clock in the morning. I think she should have got me at midnight. But I was late anyway. Should have been a Scorpio, not a Sagittarius. That's typical of me, isn't it? Late for my own birth. Hopefully I'll be late for my own funeral, yeah. But anyway, I'm still waiting for Colin next door to get me a plumber. And I can get me taps. I mean, the bungalow isn't that old, but the taps look like the used old taps, you know, the them that you try to turn, and my hands are not what they were, you know. So I want the ones with the levers on, you know, that I had them put on the house in Prestwich. I had levers put on all my taps, make it easier for me. Because I found it hard to unscrew things, yeah. So, what day I couldn't unscrew the milk this morning. I've got one of those gadgets, you know, the big one's like for jam, and then it goes down in sizes, and the little one is for tiny little things, and I managed to open the milk with that. I thought, this is ridiculous, you can't even open the milk. If I go to a knit club with water or anything, I'm like handing it round for somebody who's got a better grip than me, because I can't open them. If I think about it, I open them and shut them again before I go anywhere. Oh dear, what am I like? Anyway, this old bird is going to go and maybe do a bit of knitting. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Maybe do a bit of knitting. So thank you for watching, and thank you for all the gifts, the presents, the cards, whatever. People who contributed to me buying my dresses and things. Thank you all so much. And my trousers, I need to sew my trousers up, don't I? I need to try them on because everything's always too long for me. As I say, I took the elastic out, so I need to turn them up a bit, I think. I don't like harem pants. Does anybody else like harem pants? I don't like tracksuits either, you know, with the elasticated bottoms. I don't know why I don't like them, I just don't. Especially when people wear them with heels. What is there about that? They've got a bandeau around the bottom of the tracksuit and they wear them with heels. And I'm like, huh? Is it a fashion? Is it something that I've missed? Right, I'm going to go. I said that before. I always make about 3 false exits before I leave, don't I? So thank you to everybody that's wished me happy birthday on Facebook. I hope I've answered everybody. If I have missed you, please don't be offended. I will get round to it. I'll have another look through and make sure I haven't missed anybody. So bye for now, and I will see you very soon. Bye now.